Hello, this is Manesh Patel from ichimokutrade.com. Today is December 8th, 2015. This is where we're going to go for another trade review today. Today we're actually going to get into a sophisticated option strategy with a stock called CF, and I'll go for all the details with you in just a moment. Before we go for the details, let's go for our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you're doing that at your own risk. All information is owned by EII Capital Group. The kind of information cannot be copied or distributed without our written permission. We are broker neutral, so we support all the different charting platforms out there, from Thinkorswim, TradeStation, eSignal, and so forth. Today, since we're dealing with options, we will be solely using Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. Here's our contact details, so if you have any questions, you can follow up and send us an email or give us a call any of our office locations here. So let's go through and look at a chart here. This is a chart of CF. This is CF Industries. This came up on a real-time scanner for having basically a multiple time frame resistance, and it came up on our scanner here roughly around about November 16th, and November 17th is basically when our alerts got triggered when we got to this resistance level here, which is roughly around $50.03. So that was a multiple time frame resistance on both the day trading, swing trading, and long-term time frames. Okay, so at that point we looked at options when we basically shorted this trade here to go down. So initially what we did was we bought a long January 45 puts, and the reason why is we did January is because if you look at this is November, you go out to December, you have December options, and then you have January. Remember, since we're buying calls, we don't want theta time decay to basically hurt us, so the goal is to sit there and take this trade into December, end of December expiration, to kind of see exactly where it's at. So we wanted it to reach our target, which was December, by December. If you look at the daily, it basically had a retesting of the pivot low here. If you look at the weekly, this basically is opened up here to keep on going down here. There's a major support here which you got to, which was retesting of the pivot low, but since everything was still strong on the lower time frames, we wanted to basically take that trade down, and our goal is to pretty much take it down to about right here at $40.34 before the end of this year, is basically our timeline and our price goal for CF. Okay, so now let's go look at the option strategies, and let's look at them from here. So this is initially the option strategy that we took on, which was January 45 puts. Okay, and if you look at the trade here, if you look at view trades here, this was basically a trade that we put on here on November 17th at 15.32, close to market close, and we basically bought the 45 puts for basically $1.36. Today you could see that they're worth about $3.45 here. Okay, so if you looked at it here was the risk graph here. Remember, you're looking at the blue line, not the purple line here, because that purple line represents today. We're looking at expiration. You could see that basically we are in the money now with this option. The strike price was about 45. The stock is basically at $43.03. So if you just look at this option here, you could see that we're basically up about $200.04 with a risk of about $136. So we're over 100% profitable right now, getting close to 200%, but not quite. Now, one of the things that we did was that based on the charts, we noticed that it had gotten to the pivot low, and let me bring up the charts again. We had noticed, whoa, where'd it go? We had noticed it gotten to the pivot low down here on a daily time frame right here, which was a couple of days after we entered this trade. So when we got down here, we still thought there was some more downside movement, but what we wanted to do was we hedged it. Okay, and that's what we're about to show you, is the hedge trade too. So right when it got to the pivot low here, retesting that pivot low, we still thought there's some downside there. So what we did